And we're back. Welcome back, Russ.
Thank you, Matt.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for returning to 4K Kings, Blue News and Reviews. We are your hosts, Russ and Matt, and as always, bringing you the finest and freshest and hottest in Blu-ray news, as well as reviews, recommendations, and so much more. If you haven't been here before, welcome. For everybody that has been, thank you for returning.
And if you're one of the majority of people who watch but don't subscribe, shame on you. Just click the button.
Please, it would be a great help to me and Russ's families. For everybody that has been joining us, thank you for commenting and not giving up on us and clicking, and for everybody that subscribed, thank you so much. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can also check this out on Spotify. And if you're listening on Spotify, you can check this out on YouTube.
And if you're listening to it on Twitch, please explain how that happened.
Last week, Russ and I covered a lot of stuff. Tarantino 4Ks, we talked about Blowout, we talked about Real Genius, we talked about just a bunch of different releases, and we're also still running our, what's it called again, Russ?
Our Subscribe for Drive giveaway.
So don't forget that we've got our Drive Second Sight Edition up for grabs to anyone that goes to that video, gives us a comment, and wows us with their whatever.
Their insights.
Their insights.
All you have to do, go to the Drive video, leave a comment, and you could be the owner of, it's probably out of print right now, if I'd imagine. But
it's definitely out of print.
The limited edition 4K Second Sight release of Drive, which is arguably the best release of 2022, regardless of your thoughts on the film.
Head over to that video, roast us, drop some insight, drop a great comment, show us some love, whatever you'd like, and we will pick our favorite once we hit 2,000 subscribers. So we're trying to do everything we can to get to that next milestone. If there's anything any of you all would like to do to help us, whether you leave our name elsewhere, share it with a friend, share it with someone that maybe
threaten someone,
say watch this or else, it would mean a great deal. So thank you so much.
Probably get further if you have a gun.
I don't carry a gun. I drive.
This week in Blue News, we're going to be covering Bloodsport in 4K. We're going to be covering a bunch of Arrow 4K announcements, Criterion 4K announcements. We're going to review The Lost Boys, Poltergeist, give our recommendations of the week, and so much more. But before we jump into all that, I do have a couple of updates I wanted to share with you, Russ, and the people at home. Last week, we talked about Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs being announced in 4K. There wasn't really any news about it, just that they had been put up for pre-order on a couple of websites. Now, Pulp Fiction, the pre-order has been taken down, and the rumor is that it's getting pushed out to December at this point, so they just decided to take the whole pre-order down until they were ready to announce it again, I guess, maybe more formally.
Oh, wow.
But the Reservoir Dogs one still stands without really any art to speak of, but there was something that was floated out there as a rumor. This isn't confirmed whatsoever as what the potential Steelbook art could be. This was going to be a regular and a Steelbook, and Russ and I pondered, what could that Steelbook look like? This is Lionsgate. They've been really on top of that sliding down plastic sleeve trend for a little while. Usually it's tasteless. Sometimes it works. I don't know. I found this on a forum or two. People were floating this around, and it looks legit. It just has not been officially announced by anyone. So maybe it's temporary. Maybe it's fan art. I don't know.
So you admit you don't know what you're talking about?
Here it is. You've got the Steelbook with the slide down slip box, and I can't say if I want to call this tasteless or not, but it doesn't represent the movie to me that well.
It's my personal favorite.
It's a cool concept for like a horror movie or something. And this isn't anywhere close to what I expected this would be. The sliced ear coming down. I mean, that's why it almost feels like it could be a joke.
What's this guy's problem?
I'll admit it's ballsy. I was not expecting anything like this whatsoever.
No, I mean, and again, it's like, the movie, the scene, you're going to get what this is. But imagine you were someone that never saw Reservoir Dogs, which maybe there's a good population of people out there like that, and maybe you don't even really know what it's about.
This catches your eye if you've never heard of Reservoir Dogs or don't know what this is referencing.
That's
Holy
true.
Shit. It's an ear coming off of you can't even tell it's a police officer.
I know.
But an ear coming off of a human being, I would immediately be like, what the hell is this movie about?
It's
what the
cool
problem is?
Looking, but it just doesn't fit this film.
It's not classy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's not classy. You're right.
And I think we're expecting something classy. This isn't my first choice for the artwork, but at least they went completely in the left field with it.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't like how it's just a thoughtless variation of some image I've seen before. This is... It's
new.
Shocking.
It's unique.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you're going to mess around, if you're going to alter the original artwork and present us with something new, wow, they took a chance, and they really, like I said, they came out of left field with this one. So I applaud them on that.
Don't mess with Pulp Fiction like this. Don't let like the
I
slip
agree.
box being like the syringe going into Uma Thurman's chest or some outrageous whatever, you know, like
Just put Uma Thurman on the bed with a cigarette and call it a day.
please. So yeah, so we'll see. Once that gets confirmed, we'll come back and we'll talk about it probably 10 more times as news trickles in. Finally, the release of the year, the Halloween box set that we covered a little while ago. Not the full box set, mind you, but the box set with 6, 7, and 8. Finally, the features and the information for it's been revealed, so everyone can rest assured and know that they paid all of that money for a really quality box set. So here's what you're getting. 3 films, 8 discs, which includes, of course, Curse of Michael Myers. You're going to get the theatrical and the producer's cut
And
in 4K, and both of those on Blu-ray. So 4 discs belong to the Curse of Michael Myers right off the bat. Then you got Halloween H2O 4K and blue, and then you got Halloween Resurrection 4K and blue. All of these films are receiving new 2022 4K restorations from the original camera negative with Dolby Vision. And Shout's press release, it says brand new surprises are going to be included with the features here. And here's the brand new surprises. Are you ready? Because you're getting all the archival stuff. Everything that's ever been there, you're getting. 1 new commentary for The Curse of Michael Myers featuring Daniel Farrens and Marianne Hagen on Resurrection. 6 new interviews with the production designer, stunt coordinator, makeup artist, comic book author, and actor Sean Patrick Thomas. And that's it.
no Busta Rhymes, no purchase.
Want to know how I'm feeling right now? Feel this.
0 extra for H2O, barely anything new for Curse, just like a bunch of new interviews for Halloween Resurrection. So that's the new surprises.
Sorry.
To be fair, Shout's pretty much just been putting the disc out anyway when they've been doing these rehashes with nothing new anyway. So I feel like the fact that they got you a few extra interviews, you know, they feel good about saying brand new surprises.
And these are, let's face it, even if you're the biggest Halloween fan, these are probably on the lower end of your Halloween rating. No, I've never once ran into anybody who said Resurrection is their favorite Halloween film.
I mean, the box is still ugly as hell, and it's way overpriced. And I guess the only positive thing, like you said, for completists is the discs and the boxes inside, or the movies all get their own individual slip box, so you can take those out, fit them on your shelf next to 1 through 5, and have at least a uniform set there. But like you mentioned, we're probably going to get a box set at some point, and then that's all just down the drain anyway. That's your Halloween update for the week, Russ.
For the week.
For the week.
There will be 10 more next week.
At least. Another thing I just wanted to address really quick while we were out on break between filming, there's been a lot of chatter regarding greasy cases, regarding some Shout Factory discs, including, and specifically what I've seen the most of is the Child's Play films.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
When you open it up, there's like a weird, almost like residue film on the inside of the case. And when you shine it, against light, you can easily see it. And then in some situations as well, when you pop the disc out, it's got like some residue on it too, like a smudge or something. So it's just everything in it has been sort of, compromised. Most of the people that I've seen in the community are like, what the hell's going on? This isn't okay. Shout Factory needs to say something at least, but they haven't. On YouTube, I've seen a lot of other physical media channels, some kind of established sort of, I wouldn't say completely defending, but not really holding anyone to task. It was kind of like, hey, look, here's one I've got. It's not so bad, but clearly in the video, it looked terrible.
Well, what are they going to say? They want their free copies.
Right. And I get that. And I think, although it's disingenuous, I feel like you're right. Like, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds. I just don't know why it's not okay to say, hey, we're entitled to a product that's rather expensive, by the way, that isn't like damaged or defective or doesn't have like disease inside of the box.
Fuck you.
What you're saying basically is that COVID came from Shout Factory.
It may have. We don't get anything for free. So therefore, we're not going to put up with this crap until we start getting our shit for free.
Exactly. Do you know how bad I want to come in here and lie about every release just so I can save some money?
Cash is easy to get.
I bought Spaceballs from Kino, and I just watched this for the first time last night. And I picked this up when it first came out, and that was months ago at this point, but I just even unwrapped it and watched it last night. Just with this fresh on my mind, I wasn't expecting anything because I was like, oh, this is just a Child's Play thing. But sure enough, I opened this up, and it is filled.
I thought oh shit, I just made that joke. I didn't know.
Let me see if I can get camera 1, camera 2.
I thought you were just going to do a comparison to say how Kino Lorber is owning the game. Wow, this happened with Spaceballs?
Like I said, it was fresh on my mind. So when I opened this up, I was like, holy crap. And indeed, my disc had a little smudge on it too.
What?
And this easily comes off. Like, you can take a paper towel, even your finger, it wipes off. I just don't know what it is. That's the thing. I don't know if there's like research been done. Like, oh, don't worry, that's just some like non-toxic film. Like, who knows what that is? Kino, who we've been giving so much props to, they're disappointing me. I won't stand for this crap. And one of the people I will say that broke this story for me, at least initially, was our good friend Mark.
Oh my God, it's terrible, guys.
Our good friend Mark, who has been with us for a long time. He has his own physical media channel now. It's called Raised on Fiction. You guys should all check it out. Anybody that's watching this channel, just stop on over there. He's a good dude. There's a lot of news to cover this week, Russ. There's a lot of announcements that have come out, but I'm going to put one right at the top of the list. And I'm going to say that this is the most important 4K announcement of the week, maybe even the year. Coming out December 16th on 4K Ultra HD from Capelight in Germany, a German release, is Bloodsport. Nice. I couldn't believe it when I saw this announcement. I just was totally shocked. I'm super duper excited. The only thing that would have been better than this is like a US release, obviously.
Okay, USA.
But for now, all we know about this is that it's coming out in a digibook, which they usually mean media book. Mm-hmm. They're like kind of hardback books, and they're a little bit taller, almost the height of like a VHS or even a book. It's coming with 2 separate covers. This illustrated one with Jean-Claude Van Damme on the front and him doing one of his patented kicks here to Chong Li's face. And then this other one, which is, I think, the original poster, where he's, again, doing that same kick move in the final battle. I like this black version, and it's like got a black spine, and this one's got more of a gray spine, but I'm feeling Jean-Claude on the cover here.
Yeah, I like that one better too.
Yeah, I'm liking that. There's absolutely no news on the transfer at all, and I saw a little thing that Capelight posted on Facebook where they were where people were asking them, hey, what features are going to be on this thing? The post from Capelight just basically said the features aren't finalized, but they have a ton of requests out for interviews that they still haven't heard back on. So they've probably like reached out to anyone possible to see who would want to come and talk about it. Could you imagine if the real Frank Dukes came and like gave his story,
did a commentary
or whatever, dude? Wouldn't that be awesome?
I'd buy it 3 times.
Even though it's been like thoroughly debunked, I'd love to see him like with a straight
hold
face.
on to the lie.
Just with a straight face, just run with it.
And this relates to the info they put at the end of Bloodsport. Fastest knockout 3.2 seconds, fastest punch with a knockout 0.12 seconds, fastest kick 72 miles per hour. So apparently they were filming this stuff so they could study it, right?
The way they made those determinations was by frame speed. They basically would count the frames, and they knew how fast the frames were moving. And then based on the frame speed and looking at the contact, that's how they came up with those numbers.
I've seen a lot of people comment. I've never owned a Capelight Pictures release, but I've seen a lot of people comment that sometimes their transfers are hit or miss. And some people have been saying the same thing. Bloodsport's come out before in Germany, and it wasn't that great. No. So it's like, is this company going to restore this thing, or are they just doing some upconvert on what they've already got? So I don't know that anyone knows that information for sure. It'd be awesome if Stan Bush came back for an interview. When this movie starts, all the like fighting montage, like everybody's getting ready, dude, that friggin' intro is fire, and that song is so, like, it gets you so pumped. It's being billed as limited. You can buy this direct from Capelight, or you can buy this direct from Amazon Germany. And if you buy it from Amazon Germany, it's going to be between $40 and $45 once it ships. Again, I'm like so close to just pulling the trigger, but I feel like maybe I want to wait just to see. But it's limited, so it's like I might get screwed. I don't know. I don't know what to do. What should I do, Russ? I've wanted this movie ever since I started collecting. I was like, when the frig is Bloodsport?
I'm in the same boat. And I think you love this film more than I do. Not to say I don't, but I think this is more of a conundrum for you than it is. Like, if I miss out on this, I'm not kicking myself over.
Yeah. I don't know why Warner Brothers has never put this out. I don't know what's holding it up. If anyone does know, if anyone knows the history about why we can't get this here.
Frank Duke. Speaking about it all being debunked, that has to be one of the coolest last scenes of any movie now that we all know it's debunked.
I wish the end, like, so the words on the screen basically said it was debunked, and not like all these championships he had, like, oh, he had the fastest punch and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, this story was completely a lie.
It's so dramatic, too. It's so, like,
awesome.
Inspiring. Like, that's the feeling they're trying to give off. And now that you know, it's even funnier.
It is, dude. This has been released on Blu-ray in America before, but it was a 2-pack with Time Cop, which I think is a weird 2-pack to put together if you should just
It
consider
is.
this and Kickboxer. I
Yeah.
mean, that is the ultimate 2-pack.
Yeah, dude, he's got other movies that fucking do it with Lionheart. Even that makes
Right.
more sense than Time Cop.
I remain very unsure.
I'm gonna watch your moves.
Can anyone
I
out
want to
there?
see what you do on this one.
I know there's a lot of Bloodsport fans out there. I know maybe you're thinking the same thing as me. Let me know down below what you think we should do. I really, really would like to have this in 4K, but I'm just not sure.